When we invest in founders, one of the things that we prize most is their grit and creativity. This idea that whatever idea they have, something's going to change, right? So they've got to have the perseverance to go, the creativity to figure out, as Angela Duckworth would say, well, I hit a wall, now I'm turning left, I'm going to keep going. And that's great, right? That's the pivot. That's the build, measure, learn of lean startup. And that's a great attribute to have. But eventually you're turning so many times, you're just going around in circles. And there is a time to shut the company down. Where we've seen that most apparent is when there's a founder who is on the brink of exhaustion, not even excited by the vision anymore, because the vision has either morphed into something that no longer excites him or her, or they've just been at it for so long and they're out of steam. I think the taking where the founder is of being at the end of the rope, but you layer on, well, what could actually happen, right? Let's be objective about where's the opportunity. If you're just waiting for something to change in the marketplace that's going to change everything about the company, that's probably not the best reason to keep going. But if you can say, we built this core asset of this software and maybe it didn't apply to this sector, but let's go try to sell it over here or over there, right? There are reasons to do some various pivots or iterations to try it out in different places. And as long as there's that line of sight and there's excitement for it, you've got the team that can execute it, I think it's always worth trying to continue and to persevere. And what's unique about a founder is the amount of himself, of herself that they're pouring into the company over, in some case, decades, right? If you're putting in 60, 70, 80 hours a week, if most of your thoughts are revolving around the company, like there's so much of yourself invested in it. It is we love to say where your identity is not in your company. And yet if you live in certain types of habits and practices, it's really, really hard not to be rooted in that company and hope for that success. And when a founder has to shut down the company, it's hard. It's taken maybe not a core part of their identity, but a core part of their story, and it's shutting it down. And so what do you do when an entire, maybe it's a quarter of your life in some of the cases of our entrepreneurs, and you say, well, that was all for naught. How do you take hope in that? And I think it's really hard. And one encouragement I'd have for entrepreneurs is most early stage investors are expecting half their investments not to work out. And so to be able to go to your investor and share that it's not working out and that you want to shut down the company, it's pretty rare that you'll have somebody who really pushes you to keep on going at the early stage. People get it. Like, investors understand they're your partners in this. So keep going if you feel called to keep going. But if you don't, mourn that, recognize that, bring your partners into that. I suspect you're going to find a more sympathizing ear than you may assume.